Hey, this is Emily Gavin-Almanza. It's your weekly video, and this one goes out to anyone who has ever said, do the crime, do the time. Because to me, that phrase really invokes a mindset of this belief that the system is set up to sort of exert necessary correctives on people and then allow them to go on with their future and their life. And it doesn't take into account the degree to which our punishment system itself literally prevents people from succeeding and causes them to be more likely to re-enter the punishment system. This came to mind for me because there was an article that came out last week about Florida's pay-to-stay law, which is a law, a type of which many jurisdictions have, where a person is forced to pay the cost of their own incarceration, like it's a hotel that you don't get to choose. So in this story, a young woman had been sentenced to 7 years in prison. But because of her exceptional behavior, she was released after 10 months to do a boot camp program. And isn't that what we all want, right? Like a person is doing so well that the state's like, well, we don't need to incarcerate them. Here's the thing. In Florida, she gets saddled with the debt for the whole original term of incarceration. So instead of paying $50 a night for 10 months, she's on the hook for nearly $130,000. Now, take into account, this is a person who qualified for a public defender, as about 80% of people in the criminal legal system do, which means that 8 out of 10 people in the system are so poor they are declared legally indigent. They are given a free lawyer, and yet saddled with a life sentence of debt that can cost them the ability to get a job, the ability to get housing, to buy a car, access transportation, etc. There was actually a study called HoPays by the Ella Baker Center that showed that for most families in their survey, they had come out of the criminal legal system saddled with around $13,000 worth of debt, and this was a burden on primarily families who were making only about $15,000 a year. And indeed, the average person who's been incarcerated will lose around $500,000 in reduced wages over the course of their lifetime. Now, Florida's law makes it really obvious that the system is setting people up to fail, charging them money for a thing that the state has already paid for and saddling them with debt that prevents fruitful employment in the future. But it's not alone, and the debt burden is destroying millions of lives.